The purpose of the public hearing is closing out the town of Massena's current community development block grant. The CDBG program is administered by the New York State Office of Community Renewal. It provides resources to eligible local governments for housing, economic development, public facilities, public infrastructure, and planning activities with a principal purpose of benefiting low and moderate income persons. Is there any discussion or any public comments on it? We're closing on a program that's been in effect since 2019, what we're doing. And the funds are all completed and programs are finished. No discussions? Okay. We need a motion to come out of the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Announcements and notifications. Presentations and discussions. Okay, can we have a motion to approve the January 21st minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. The resolutions. Number one, we're authorizing the City Town Council to approve Barton and Judas to prepare a preliminary engineering report for Phase 3 of the North Grass River Water District. A motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Any discussion, or did Matt want to say anything, or?
Matt?
If you just want me to do a kind of a brief update, we'll do that at this time, since we're talking about that. And I'll try to keep it brief since I know you're in the middle of your resolutions. I'll go right through the three phases and updates on those. So South Racket, as you know, that was design, bid, awarded contract with a low bidder. It's within budget, and we had a pre-construction conference last week, and we should be able to give them the green light to start construction by the end of this week. So all's good with that, and we're rolling forward on the service lateral easements. On to Phase 2, as you know, that was awarded funding in 2024. So that district has been formed, and we are starting design with that. And as I talked to you previously, the next logical step would be to start Phase 3. We have staggered the starts of those, just to give you a little breathing room between each. So we got Phase 1 funded in 2022, Phase 2 funded in 2024, and 2026 would now be the time to apply for funding for Phase 3. You've got a great track record with getting these funded first try. We'll see what we can do with Phase 3, the North Grass Water District. It's not a district yet, it's a proposed district. So first you get the funding and then you form the district. So with your passing of that resolution tonight, we'll get started on the preliminary engineering report and have that ready for submission in May for the funding deadline.
So moved.
Excellent.
We have a second.
Second.
Keep up the good work, Matt.
Okay, number 2, authorizing the City Town Council to approve a new 20-ton frame rooftop unit for the Massena Town Hall. Total price $67,050. Motion?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
I'd like to have some discussion on that.
Okay.
So, with the local government task force, I think a couple of the projects, and Dylan and I talked about some of this as well, is the rooftop units and the lighting. It's all old fluorescent bulbs, and but we don't want to hold this project up. I did talk to Mike Zagabelli from Waddington. He was the chair of the local government task force, and we got an email from Jeff to get with the representative, and set up that he would come in and do the survey to see what would be a good energy upgrade. And I can't think of why that wouldn't be, because they're old units, and as well as these light bulbs. And I think some automation would help. From my understanding, and Dylan, speak up, you know better than we do what you want about the air conditioning units that are.
So this air conditioning unit is the one that we lost last year. It went down, I believe, 3 different times. once was for almost a week. And the rooftop units are split. This is actually what we consider rooftop, number 2. It does the back half of the building, split right about the supervisor's office back. And then, rooftop 1, we haven't had as many issues with, so we chose to do this one first. The other one is not far behind it. That'll be in the coming years to replace that as well.
So, I mean, I'd like to proceed with the local government task force and that maybe go through there, if it's 67,000?
Yep.
And the other one's gonna be a little more, 'cause it has control, so we're looking at like $150,000. And there's $187,500, that's available for energy efficiency. I'm sure that will use that all up, and who knows, I mean, the village also occupies the building, maybe they have money left over from theirs to help with the lighting. I mean, even though the change in lights would help with people's, work environment as well. You can see they're all different shades and everything else, so. I think that would help a lot, and if we had some automation with them, so these lights could be off when nobody's in here, I think that will help. So, I would like to go that route, but I don't wanna be the one that makes the town hall hot in July and August, so. Maybe we can just keep that in there for now, and if we find that we can get the air conditioning units, through the local government task force, and get them in a reasonable time, we change gears and go that route. Does that sound reasonable, or?
If we get funding from the Power Authority and get reimbursed possibly.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, maybe, Dylan can see what the lead time is on this, when we have to order to have it in before the
Absolutely.
warmer temperatures, and we'll have to coordinate that. I just hate to, miss that opportunity to get that in now. I think we could use the extra money if we don't have to pay for that. So, I think we had this, I vote in favor.
Okay.
That type of scenario.
So we have a motion to move forward on that then?
Yep.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Opposed? So moved. Number 3, authorizing the City Town Council to approve the purchase of a 2027 HX 520 SFA 6x4 chassis and 10-foot plow package from Allegiance Trucks for the Town of Massena Highway Department. Total delivery price would be $346,229.
So moved.
Second.
Okay.
That would be a lease, program, like other vehicles?
It's a 5-year lease to own.
Okay.
We own the truck, it's just financed.
Okay, yep, yeah.
So we have a motion approved. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Number 4, authorizing the town supervisor to sign the St. Lawrence County Department Highway Agreement to spend town highway funds. Motion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Anything with that, Dylan?
The big thing that we use the county for there is our paving. We also use them to paint our roads. Again, specialized equipment we don't
Yeah.
have.
Okay. That's so moved. All in favor?
So moved.
Okay. Opposed? So moved. Number
I
5.
was in favor. I think we're in favor. We didn't vote yet, actually. In
Oh,
favor.
aye.
Well, yeah, but okay, okay. 5, approval from the town, Messena Town Council for the town supervisor to sign a service agreement between the town of Messena and Siemens. This agreement will be preventative maintenance for the HVAC control services and seasonal inspections for the town hall. This agreement's annual price is $7,425 and will take effect May 1st, 26 to April 30th, 27.
So moved.
Motion, okay.
Where is Siemens located? Do we know where they're?
I believe Watertown's their district office.
I know that, we used to one in Potsdam, I just didn't.
They may still have
Do they?
a smaller hub there.
Okay.
It is.
It's still there? Okay. All right, then, yeah, second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Okay, opposed? So moved. All right. Number 5. Number 6. Approval from the Messena Town Council to authorize the Messena Public Library Director to hire the Library A position candidate pending the outcome of the Messena Town Drug and Alcohol Screening Policy.
So moved.
Second.
So moved. 7, authorizing the Messena Town Council to review and approve the proposed advertisement for the town of Massena Town Highway Department Spring Cleanup Days, which will be Thursday, May 14th, Friday, May 15th, Saturday, May 16th, it's all 26, of course.
So moved.
Motion, so moved.
Second.
I do have a question. At one time, we used to have that month where we'd, we'd have an opportunity to go for the month.
Yep.
And it just seems like to me, the 3 days, I mean, if anybody's working, they have to take a day off to go to the dump. It's really not worth it if you got $20 worth of junk, or a Saturday, so I don't know, it's just the opportunity doesn't seem to be there, is it?
I don't disagree with you. We had that discussion last spring with the, transfer station. There was quite a few issues with all of the municipalities around. We all started doing the month-long, and with the overlaps, they were getting very, congested on their Saturdays. So they asked us to go back to what we were. They took all of the municipalities away from having the extended cleanups.
So 3 days is the max?
Yes. I think Brazier does 2 separate ones. I know Louisville does theirs right at their highway garage.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Yep.
So it's just 3 days period?
We could probably extend it more than 3 days. The amount of, garbage that we take in, I don't think it would be beneficial to us. But we take in probably the least amount out of all the surrounding.
I just hate to see the opportunity not there, and then, I'm not saying everybody does this, but I hate seeing a couch on the side of Buckle Road or a chair and sitting there for a week or whatever. I think we need to do better, and if there is garbage out there, I think we need to work out something with the county that we pick it up if it's on their road or whatever, and, make it presentable. We got people looking at investing in the area, and we need to keep our roadsides cleaned up.
Well, we might want to mention we're not using the voucher system.
Yes, so when we were doing the month-long, opportunity, we had the voucher system, so the highway department had nothing to do with it, you just handed the scale ticket in. And then last year, we went to the 3 days, but still had the voucher. The issue is they're coming down here and picking up the voucher, and then just handing it to our town employees, because we have to man this. So with us already being out there, we're going back to just proof of residency. We'll check it to our address book, save the printing fees.
Plus it saves somebody having to come down here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is there a way to extend the hours later?
We go with those hours because that's what the transfer station is open. That's why so Saturday closes at noon, transfer station closes at noon.
Usually a long line on Saturday also, right?
Saturdays are hit and miss.
Could you do like 2 Saturdays instead of a Thursday, Friday, Saturday, or 3 Saturdays, or?
Yeah, we could look into it.
I'm just trying to make it look better, more availability. Whatever you think, I mean, if we can't do the month on, which I thought was pretty good. But let's plan on that, and if you think there's something that's better, maybe you can work it around.
Absolutely. But we can, with this being set for this year, I already spoke with the county, got it set up through them.
Alright.
But we can absolutely look at something different for next year, depending how this year's turns out.
Aye. Got a vote.
Oh, yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So moved. Resolution number 8. Approval from the town council for the town supervisor to sign a lump sum consultant agreement for design of the reconstruct terminal access pavement and parking lot project to CNS engineers for a lump sum of $165,000. Open.
Make that motion.
Second. All in favor?
I have a question as well. We did talk about the handicap parking out front of the airport was moved because they have to be 100 feet
Yes.
from the airport. Is there a spot now possibly that would be closer to the terminal?
So the parking lot is about as close as it can get to the building. The first, I believe, 4 or 5 parking spots at the start of the parking lot are handicap accessible.
Along the fence there.
Yep.
So if somebody had a walker, they'd have, by themselves, they'd have to park there and then walk all the way.
Yes.
There's no place 100 feet from the terminal that could be designated off this, like the right-hand side, grassy area there?
We can look into that when we do the design of that.
If somebody's if they're handicapped, they can be dropped off, and
Yep.
somebody else can park, but if you don't have a driver to do that for you, then you're kind of a long road.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you. Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, opposed? All right, so moved. Resolution number 9, approval from the town council, Massena Town Council for the town supervisor to sign a lump sum consultant agreement for design of the reconstruct airport lighting vault project with CNS Engineers for a lump sum fee of $200,000. Motion,
So moved.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. All right, number 10, approval from Massena Town Council to sign a 3-year county snow and ice removal agreement with the winter maintenance of all county roads in the town of Massena, which is 14.3 miles that we maintain for them. The term of the contract is October 1st, 26 to June 1st, 29. Motion,
So moved.
second,
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Approval from the Massena Town Council for the town supervisor to sign the final application for the reconstruct airport lighting vault design, which has a total of $213,000. The federal contribution is $202,000 of that. The town's is $5,341, and the state's contribution is $5,342. Again, it's a total cost of $213,000. A motion?
A motion.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carried. 13, authorizing the Massena Town Council to appoint Yoan Dowd to the Ethics Board for a 4-year term ending 12/31/29. Motion?
You just gonna skip.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go back to all.
Okay.
Motion on Yoan?
Motion.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? I'm grateful she came forward. She's president of Rotary Club, and she's also a former plant manager of Arconic, so she's very, very qualified. Number 12, approval from the Massena Town Council for the town supervisor to sign the final application for the reconstruct terminal access pavement and reconstruct terminal parking lot design. The total is $180,000, the federal contribution is $171,000, our town contribution is $4,509, and the state's is $4,509. Motion?
A motion.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I got the first 10, Christie, the next 10 are yours.
Okay, got it.
So carried. Approval from the Massena Town Council for the town supervisor to sign a lump sum consultant agreement for environmental NEPA services for the taxi lane rehabilitation project with CNS Engineers for the Massena International Airport for basic services, lump sum fee of $24,000.
Motion.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Approval from the Massena Town Council for the town supervisor to sign the 2025 AIP grant agreement.
Motion.
Second.
Second.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. 16, approval from the Massena Town Council for the town supervisor to sign pay applications at the monthly progress meetings for the South Racket Water District.
Motion.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Approval from the Massena Town Council for Don Meisner to attend the Big East Outdoor Sports Show in Westboro, New York, March 21st and 22nd.
Motion.
26th.
Second.
Second, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Approval from the Massena Town Council to accept the 2022 financials from Bowers and Company.
Motion.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carried. Motion to accept the warrants.
I will make that motion.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, opposed? So carried. Motion to accept the transfers and amendments.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay. All in favor? Opposed?
Aye.
Financial reports.
That's you guys that I sent you for the revenue.
Okay.
Yeah.
department reports. Town highway.
For the highway department, we removed ice dams from the museum roof. We finished the renovations in the storage shed behind the museum. We removed snow from the fire hydrants 2 times. We removed snow from the cul-de-sacs 3 times. We plowed 15 times and did routine maintenance on all plow equipment after each winter event. For equipment repairs for the highway, Unit 51, we replaced the transmission cooler. Unit 53, we replaced the wing cylinder. Unit 50, we replaced the wing cylinder. Unit 50, we replaced both air tanks. Unit 52, we replaced the universals in the PTO shaft. For the airport, the peak air numbers for January were 217 in-plane, 260 D-plane for 477 total. There was 124 landings and 62 canceled flights due to weather, due to us being closed for roughly a week from the ice storm. We completed the terminal roof rehab project. We maintained all plow equipment after each event, and they plowed 12 times. The library, museum, and town hall, there are no new issues.
Thanks, Dylan. Court officer.
So the consolidated permit process, we talked about this before. We have permits for commercial building, residential building, roofing, siding, fencing, pools, burns. So we've been looking at a consolidated permit that would handle everything with different sections and directions to direct them through the process. I just went through and did an AI comparison for towns in the state that are situated similarly to us geographically, economically, population-wise, to see what their process looks like. So we're incorporating that a little bit. I wanted to really get this finalized before I sit and talk with Eric about it. And then the same thing with fees. I think we've talked about that. The baseline fire inspection fee, we're losing money every time we go out the door to do a fire inspection. Siding permits, roofing permits, we're losing money every time we go out the door to do an inspection. We're losing money before I even issue the permit. So we're looking at the other towns around us to see what they're charging right now. Certainly nothing crazy as far as increases, but enough. We've literally just never kept pace. It doesn't look like we've ever modernized, ever. I did request an additional email for the codes office, codes@massena.us. The reason for that is I would like to begin to transition everything I've built in OneDrive and my email into that, so that when there is a switch over eventually, the new person has everything I have, and it's not, we're going from a P.O. Bryant at Massena.us to a C. Smith at Massena.us and so on. It'll be an email address that gets passed down, so we don't have to worry about dealing with a lot of that little stuff.
That's a good idea, that's not immediate, right?
No, that'll,
Okay.
I'm asking for it now so I can
Database built up.
have some time to start to
Sure.
transition everything into OneDrive.
Good to hear.
Inspections, kind of slow right now. Inspections and permits, I think the planning board meeting tomorrow is the first time we've met in 6 to 8 months maybe. It's been a while. So we're still slow on the permits. Foster home inspections we've done quite a few of those. The mall lighting issue we've talked about in the past. I did reach out again to the St. Lawrence Center. They are having Dow Electric come. They're going to basically adjust every single light on the whole front-facing side towards the highway to a 45-degree angle. So I sent on some sample wording if we were going to look at maybe incorporating some light use and stuff into the code. The thing to remember though right now is that won't help us with the St. Lawrence Center, because unless it's fire or life safety related, they'll be grandfathered in. Unfortunately, the way the code's written statewide and here, there's either nothing for us to enforce, or the standards are pretty lax. So there's not much we can do there except approach the St. Lawrence Center, which we've done from a community neighbor, just be a good neighbor. And they've actually been pretty decent. We've got one complaint. That's it. I went out and bought like an $80 light meter to measure the lumens systems, and I found the most extensive code I could find. And that was Pittsford, New York. Pittsford and New Hartford, which are both pretty affluent areas. And even by their standards, what I measured on the residential side of the highway doesn't come close to violating their light standards, so it's kind of a personal preference thing right now. Phone, we worked with ABS. We're forwarding everything now with the new phone system to the cell, so people calling code office aren't getting voicemail anymore unless I'm tied up somewhere at work. It's going right to me. And then the last update is, and you're probably aware of it, there is a Senate bill right now sitting there for a 3-year moratorium on data centers until they can take some time to address concerns about their impact on the electrical grid and consumer costs and things like that. That's it.
Thanks, Pat. Town planning and zoning again, they're meeting tomorrow. They haven't been quite a while, so looking forward to some activity here in Massena.
That change was kind of interesting with the lighting because it identified a wattage.
Yep.
With the LED bulbs, the same wattage as the brighter light, but it was never changed to the new, type of bulb, so it was,
So we need-
oversight that could easily,
We need to have it based on lumens
Yeah.
output.
the output.
So we have something measurable that we can, everything's got to be data driven. So if we tie it, instead of just saying wattage, because you're absolutely right, what a 400-watt floodlight did in 1990 is vastly different than what a 400-watt floodlight's putting out right now. So when we do that, if we do it, we need to tie it to the output in lumens. So I have something to measure, so we can enforce it.
It's more of a nuisance, it's not a hazard along the highway, it's adjacent.
Not really. I reached out to DOT, and DOT, they went through, they took measurements, and they said they weren't concerned with it, so.
Right.
It's more just, and I don't know how much of a nuisance it is, or how much it's been dark for so long, and MED took all the lights out of the highway there, so it's just gotten darker and darker and darker, and now you're so used to it being dark that now the lights work, all of a sudden you're like, wow, where the heck did this come from?
Thanks, Pat. Massena Electric Department.
Christie had the honor today.
Hold on. All right, so Massena Electric met today. Hold on. There it is. All right, so they have had, let me see here, 1,332 days without a lost time incident, and then 589 days. Hold on, I'm finding so much stuff in here. Uh, 589 days without a reportable injury, is that what it's called?
Yep.
They've started their safety trainings for 2026, and those are going well. They talked briefly about their customer impact minutes and the outages. They had 1,072 customer impact minutes for the month, and anything below 4,100 is considered great. So the biggest impact they had was on Walnut Street, where they had an outage affecting 12 customers for 39 minutes. They had a total of 17 trouble calls, 3 affected no customers, 11 affected 1 customer, and then 3 affected more than one of them being the Walnut outage. And they suspect that they had 3 poles hit this month. They know of 2 definitely, but possibly one other one that was leaning. So they fixed those, everything is back up and running. The biggest thing that they talked about today was they are sending out a letter to all of their customers about a deferment of costs. And I'm not sure that I completely understand it, so we're gonna give it to Eric and let him explain it.
Yeah, Ray, what they're doing is the costs for electricity this month were high. And so they're deferring the collection of a portion of those costs over time so that the impact on the ratepayers isn't so great, right? The energy costs for Massena Electric are passed through. And, it's not, Massena Electric's not collecting that money. Again, it's just a pass-through. But what they're doing is they're limiting the amount of those costs over, and they're gonna spread it over a couple months so that again,
starting with Mr. Briggs.
All right. So for your monthly update on the value of the library for use during January 2026, $97,152. That, again, just really shows fantastic use of the library and what you're getting out of it. And I wanted to continue to highlight some of the services we offer that may be little known. Mometrics provides test preparation products online for a variety of examinations, including interactive sample tests, flashcards, study guides, and more, all accessible with your library card, completely free. Exam categories include career examinations, college admissions and placement, construction and industry, counseling and social work, English language, graduate and professional school, K through 12, medical professional, and public service and legal and teaching. This is something that many people don't know is available to them. Those guides that you go to the library sometimes looking for like your ASVAB or your civil service exam, you can now go to massenapubliclibrary.org, and in the but wait, there's more section that you will find the Mometrics button, and you can log in with your library card and access all of these things right from your home, completely free. Some things coming up. Foundations for Success in GED will be Mondays and Wednesdays starting on the 23rd and going through March 25th, 1 to 4 p.m. Registration is required, and you can contact Casey Sweeney at BOCES for that. We have an email address available if you would like to get a hold of him. Medicare 101 with Barb Ackerman, that's March 11th at 6. Healthy Cooking on a Budget continues at a new time, so it's March 24th at 1 p.m. Read Across America. For the first week of March, reading logs will be available in the children's room for anyone ages 18 and under. Logs can be completed and returned for prizes during the month of March. There is a journal decorating workshop on March 13th at 11 for ages 12 through 18. Registration is required. Lego Club is March 21st at 11 o'clock for ages 6 through 12. Baby Story Time continues every Monday at 10 a.m. and Family Story Time every Thursday at 10 a.m. Roll for Initiative, which is the teen and tween tabletop gaming club. That's every Wednesday at 5 p.m. It alternates. 1 week will be teens, 1 week will be tweens. Registration is required for that. We have our Friends Reading Challenge going on. You come to the library, sign up, we give you a journal and some stickers, and you log 100 books throughout the year by the end of the year, and there are prizes involved there for different age groups. Our Friends group also has a big fundraiser coming up on April 18th. It's a spaghetti and meatball dinner at the Italian American Club, takeout only. That is from noon to 6 p.m. and it is $10 a meal. On April 22nd, it's not quite totally solidified yet, but the Friends are trying to organize an Earth Day program. So far, we have booked the Shred It truck to come and take care of anyone's shredding needs. We recently held our blind date with a book fundraiser for the first 2 weeks of February, and it was really kind of amazing. This was an idea from our youth services person, and it was a really adorable idea. She wraps up different books with little treats inside, candies and pencils and bookmarks and things like that. And you don't know what book you're buying, but you know what genre it is, what age group it is, and for $5 you take it home, and it was a great gift for anybody who needed one for Valentine's Day. She raised over $1,000 doing that in 2 weeks. It was really amazing. She beat all her previous records. If you're interested in joining the Friends group in all that they do, that's just $5 a year, and you can choose your level of activity. You can just be an inactive member where you just toss $5 to them every year, or you can be an active member where you participate in bake sales and book sales and all kinds of things. I want to thank the board for approving our library aid. We are both sad and very proud. Liz Courier, who has been with us for a few years now, is moving on to a full-time position at Madison Elementary as a teacher's aide. Heartbreaking for us, but we really couldn't be more proud of her, and it's going to be really good for her. We had Alexis Boulet start recently as our new page. She has been fantastic and fitting in really well and helping immensely in the library. Our pick actually to fill Liz's shoes is J.C. Sweeney. She is a longtime library patron. She's young, she's homeschooled, she has spent most of her childhood in the library, and she's who we are looking for to put in there. And Joni, your daughter was at the top of our list too, and it was just her school schedule that made her not able to take this job. But we've got another job we expect to open up in June as one more person retires that I'm really hoping to get Carleen on. So that's what I've got.
Thank you, Krista.
Thank you.
Town Museum.
Okay, the museum met on February 5th, and let's see, they are currently planning the upcoming, was it 250-year celebration?
Yes.
They have 3 events planned for the library, and they're gonna keep the museum open that day. The first event is, looking to be child-friendly. They haven't quite got it ironed out yet, but it's gonna be child-friendly. The second one is, Dr. Thomas Baker is coming to talk about the Declaration of Independence. And the third one's going to be a showing of the musical Hamilton and a group discussion to follow. So that's like a family-friendly kind of thing, I guess. They're open to ideas for the celebration if anyone has any. They are continuing to work on the shed. It's coming together and almost finished, so they've started to move stuff out of the basement and into the shed. They are working on brochures along with the Shine Theater to have on display. And they've updated their volunteer application. They had 50 website hits, 30 visitors this month. And thanks to Sam, that letter that that Kelsey had gotten from the blood libel letter, we were able to get it translated. And basically it's talking about a woman who is sick and money has been tight, and she was asking her friend for $10 to help her get her kids the things that they needed. So he's gonna be able to get that up on display with the original letter and the translation, so we're very excited for that.
Who'd have thought?
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Chamber of Commerce, Ben's not here tonight, but although they're having the ribbon cutting the second week of March across the road here for their branch here in Massena. And tomorrow, the Chamber Masters are meeting tomorrow. Jason Hendricks.
How's everybody doing? Well, the weather's starting to finally turn, so that's a plus, right? So I get to start thinking about those great summer months we got coming up. So this month I got put together the fishing tournament schedule, video, shared that with Dylan to get it out at the showing at the airport. Also shared it with Don and Linda. They're going to use it at their sports shows. And I also loaded a treasure trove of videos for Don and Linda on Google Drive, so they can access that and pull what they wanted to add to their display to further enhance that at the sports shows. did a Rock in the River teaser as well. Shared that with Dylan, Don and Linda again to be utilized at the sports shows. And also went out and put the tournament schedule and our event schedule for Explore Massena out on the kiosk out front, posted outside the town clerk's office, and also at the airport as well. Those are all posted. And then just kind of been getting things in order. I meet with Jared and Adrian on Friday morning to kind of start going over Rock in the River stuff. And with the village wanting to do the Red, White, and Boom event on July 2nd as part of the 250th anniversary celebration for the country, how the town can kind of hopefully work within that event as well. That'll be held at the Massena Arena on Thursday, July 2nd. And then just another couple housekeeping things. If anybody has, they want to add or edit their business to be put on Explore Massena, they can go to exploremassena.com. Just go right to the bottom, it'll say add edit business, click that. It's a nice little easy to use form. Obviously new year, people change their hours and availability, so we want to make sure we have everything up to date as we head into the summer season. And then the one other thing that we did, if you have an event and you want to go on our event calendar, you can go to exploremassena.com/add-event. It comes into us, we approve it, it goes onto our calendar. We want to make that bigger and better. With our event schedule coming up this summer, we got tons of stuff going on. We want to fill that calendar up as much as possible, so people, when they're looking for a place to come and visit and stay, they want to come here because we got tons of great stuff going on constantly, and we're on track. And that's all I got. Any questions or anything?
I know you're busy in the summer. I want to catch you before that, and just a couple little things that we want to do. A couple things on the website, and also maybe Dylan, like the specs on the airport, if we get like a fact sheet, runways, ILS, all that stuff. How many T-hangers, the size of those, just kind of get that out there so we have it available for any prospects that want to utilize the airport for business. Also, I mentioned last month as well, March 3rd, 2027, the town of Massena will be 225 years old. So something to keep in mind, now with the 250th anniversary of our country, March 3rd this year, well, the next week and a half will be 224 years old, and 225 obviously next year. So, and the village was what, 50 years later maybe? 1885, John?
1886.
86? What's that, 74 years later? Yeah, somewhere around there.
Thanks, Jason.
You bet.
Don and Linda are they're in transit, they're on the road, so they couldn't be here. Is there any old business? Any new business? Our next regular meeting will be Wednesday, March 18th at 4:30 p.m. in room 30 here. Any closing public comments? Any closing remarks? Okay, I'll need a motion to go into executive session.
So moved.
Second.
Executive session is to discuss proposed pending or current litigation, medical, financial, credit, employment history of a particular person or corporation, or relating to an employment. So that's why we're going to go into